you want to make sure that you are the kind of leader that is not so focused on the process or the technology or the project or even the customers, which we'll talk about in a second, but you're focused on the people in your business, the employees, the really, they are the heart and soul of everything. You don't have a business if you don't have employees. You don't have the ability to make an impact in this world, to really scale the profits that you want if you don't have employees.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
I wanted to come into you with a little bit of a special episode because we did this mashup for episode 1000, which was incredible to be able to do and share with you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen it yet, I do encourage you to stop right now, go back to episode 1000, the one right before this, where we talk about the secrets of leading in hard times. We had some experts come in, we had my team share their perspectives, and we mixed it all together to provide a clear picture for you as a leader about what's important right now when there's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, this is just me today. We've got what I call a solo episode about just things I've observed over the last 1,000 episodes and things I wanted to really just discuss with you that's different than what we just talked about in the 1000th special episode. So there's three things that are really important for you to understand that I have experienced and I have understood after 9 years of doing this podcast. And I wanted to organize them in a way that makes sense for you and really provide you some context for your next level of growth as a leader, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. And it's these concepts that I'm going to jump in right away. The first one is not a term I have coined at all. It's actually a book out there by the title of this, but people over profits. In fact, people over everything else. You want to make sure that you are the kind of leader that is not so focused on the process or the technology or the project or even the customers, which we'll talk about in a second, but you're focused on the people in your business, the employees, the really, they are the heart and soul of everything. You don't have a business if you don't have employees. You don't have the ability to make an impact in this world, to really scale the profits that you want if you don't have employees. And so I'm going to ask you to look at your own leadership and say, where am I letting something else get in front of the people of the business? Now, you can lump in customers into people for sure, because they are people. But I want to make sure that you understand some of the data that has come back. And, I've had hundreds of people on this show before, many of them CEOs of fast growth companies. Many of the clients I work with are Inc. 5,000 level companies. And we talk about the impossible question. It looks like this. As a leader of a fast growth company, what's more important, your employees or your customers? And sometimes they think about it. Sometimes they snap off with an answer. 93% of the time they say it's employees. They can quickly tell me why it's employees. They can really uncover this. But in short, it is this concept. Their business wouldn't be what it is today if there weren't other people involved that were taking care of customers. And so we need to take care of those people. You've heard Richard Branson say this in different ways, but I'm reminding you. I know Amazon's one of the biggest companies in the world, huge valuation, and Jeff Bezos is one of the richest person in the world. And if that's your perspective of leadership, you can take that perspective. But I would rather be the kind of leader that people admire, the kind of leader that people want to follow. They're not doing it just because of a paycheck. They're not doing it just because I told them to. They're not doing it just because they have to. It's because they want to be a part of something special. That's what we're building within my team here on the company Core Elevation. Is we're putting our people first, and those people are serving the clients to the highest level possible, and they appreciate the opportunity. And that's what we're trying to create. And as we scale, we want to do more of that and not lose the fact that people over profits. Now, right now, I would be honest with you when I say our company is optimized for growth, not for profits. We're not trying to put money into my bank and really optimize, the profit we get off at the end of the year. But we're trying to optimize for growth. It is a challenging time. You're probably experiencing it too. People aren't investing in their employees the way they used to, and we are seeing that with companies that are not doing that yet, or they're minimize those investments. And we want to make sure that we're positioned for the growth when it turns. And we're still finding people that are willing to invest in their employees because they believe too, people over profits, which is you're investing in people. So this is the first key principle that I wanted to bring up, people over profits. And you may disagree with me. That's perfectly fine. I'm just taking from years and years of experience and hundreds of interviews with incredible companies that are performing at a high level, better than their peers. And they tend to look at the world as people over profits. The second key principle behind the work that I'm doing is inspiring a sense of ownership at all levels of the company. That means even the people who don't have a financial stake, CEOs, founders, executive teams, typically have some type of profit sharing or financial stake inside of these things that are going on. And it's not required for people to feel a sense of ownership. I could venture to say that the people on my team that are out there, meeting with clients and doing the work, they feel a sense of ownership in the role that they're doing because of the way we treat them, because of the way we have a mission that they're aligned to. And there's 6 core elements of this that I'm not going to unpack today, but your job as a leader is to get people to feel more than just a sense of responsibility for the work that's in front of them, but a sense of ownership, a sense of identity and connection. And if you can do that, you can navigate some of the challenges that come up. And if you can't do that, then you will find people who are doing the bare minimum. Quiet quitting is probably still a thing out there. Some people have 2 jobs or 3 jobs I've heard of because they're virtual and they can do that remotely. They're not really committed to the overall success of the company, and they don't feel the connection. They're just doing it to make money. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm creating an experience where people truly feel like owners. Now, I'm willing to give up bonuses and profit sharing for us hitting certain milestones. Absolutely a part of it, but it doesn't have to be the case. In fact, they're willing to do it because it's who they are and it's how I treat them. And I want you to think about that yourself too, is how do you get people to feel like owners, even if they don't have a financial stake? When you are able to do that on a regular basis, they will make more decisions. They will have the difficult conversations. They will begin to evolve into the leaders that you need them to be. They will read books on their own time when they're not getting paid to do it, and they will grow. And that's what you really want from your employees, is you want them to have a sense of ownership in how they address the work that they do, how they address the clients that are in their world, and all of that. I've done episodes about this. I've done speeches about this. I really believe that when you as a leader can get people to feel a sense of ownership, a sense of identity about their job, it's going to be different than those that do it for money. Trading time for money is very shallow. You want to make sure that these people have the kind of experience where they feel like a sense of owner. So that's the second principle. The third one today that I wanted to share with you after looking back over these thousands of episodes is be prepared to evolve. I can honestly say that the leader I was years ago, I have not, I have evolved beyond that. I have evolved in my ability to be an entrepreneur. I've evolved in my ability to understand numbers, understand people. I have evolved because I've committed myself to mastery of this thing called coaching and developing the leaders around me and really getting them to change behaviors and see the world different ways. And I feel like this principle of evolution is lost a bit because people feel like they can just do what they've always done. I've got a black belt. Let me back up. I am on the journey of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you see in the where is it? It's hard to do. White, blue, purple, brown, and then black. There's a T-shirt in there that says black belt that my son gave me that I can't wear until I actually receive the black belt. And I bring all this up because I have dedicated 16 years of my life to evolve in this area of my life. And I've probably been committed more to that, to evolving as an entrepreneur and evolving as a husband and evolving as a father. Be willing to evolve, disrupt yourself and evolve. That's what I wanted to bring to you in today's special episode. After 1,000 episodes, this is 1,001. And if there's anything I can do to help you evolve, help you create the kind of business where you put people over profits and the kind of business where you inspire ownership, please let me know. When you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, think with courage. We'll see you next time.